Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. It's the middle of the night, hence why I'm being so quiet so I don't wake my wife up. It is the night before we leave for California, chasing down new science. If you remember from our last conversation, I am heading to California because there is a doctor there that is a specialist in my disease, right? I have stage 4 terminal cancer, colon cancer. I have a KRAS mutation for my disease, and he's a specialist in that. Not only is he a specialist in my mutation, but he's also doing really innovative, incredible work in gene therapy. That's exciting. Thing is, they haven't been able to figure out the unlock for my disease. You hear about all this immunotherapy and all this like new stuff that's happening. Like immunotherapy, they train your body, your immune system to go after the cancer and kill it itself. Like how amazing is that, right? And that work, that science has just, we went ahead by decades because of COVID. So this is a very exciting time. Also at the same time, I always think, can you fucking imagine? My wife and I are always chasing the newest science. We're so blessed to be able to have the brains, the capacity, the finances, everything to be able to do it, right? Chasing the science. Can you imagine? There's a trial right now for my disease where they're trying to create a vaccine, right? Because of the mRNA work that they did with COVID. Again, they're light years ahead. This is amazing. Imagine that fucking trial goes to market next year and it's too late for me. Can you imagine that? My poor wife's. Yeah. So I am excited to see this guy because he is trying to figure out the unlock for there to be a different or more options for treatment, right? And that's what I'm looking for. If you remember, I'm in chemo for life. I'm in the round 70s at this point of chemo. So I spend 50% of my life. Like, I'm chemo and radiation. And the chemo maintains it. But it's gross. It's gross. You walk into chemo on Monday and for 5-7 days, your body does all kinds of fucking strange things, right? I mean, shit's coming out of your mouth, your ass, your muscles are doing contraction. You've lost total control of your body and your mind. I don't even know who I am during that time, right? And then it goes away, and then I come back, and wow, here I am. I get the week in between. And wow, how wonderful. I get that week in between. Because people will say, well, if chemo sucks so bad, why don't you just stop it? Because I'll fucking die. And I'm not ready for that. Like, duh. But it does suck. It was horrible. I'm so tired of it. And that's, I think, I was just daydreaming today. So I spent my day today. Like I created a bubble cocoon. You know, I had the fireplace going and candles going and music, and I was reading comic books, and just my wife and I had just had a beautiful day where we're like I'm gonna stay in the mindset of like manifesting what I want out of this trip, and it's gonna happen, right? And I think in thinking about that today, I was thinking, what if this guy has something to offer that's a different treatment plan? Right now, I know that this disease is gonna kill me because we haven't found any way to stop it. Just not today, not tomorrow. That's all I focus on, just not today, not tomorrow. I've worked so hard to not get lost in the terror of cancer and the fear and the anger and all the stuff that could come with it, right? Like, we've talked about this. I made myself a promise at the beginning of this. That's just not how I'm going to spend my time. I don't want to spend my time that way. I spent my childhood that way. I refuse. But I am tired, and I was thinking, it would be so wonderful. I'm going to see him. So if he had a different treatment plan, that meant I didn't have to go to the hospital every week. And I don't know, like I was thinking this week, I live in a really strange place right now, right? Because I have stage 4 terminal cancer and I'm dying. Like, it's really weird to have in my mind, like, okay, I'm going to go see this doctor in California. And, if he doesn't have anything for me, that's okay, because the chemo is still holding it. But it's not okay, because I'm fucking dying. I'm not in crisis. But I am in crisis, because I have stage 4 fucking cancer. It's just a weird place to be. And like I said, when I go in for chemo, I go on, I'm just, it's just a loss. It's just a wash. And not just a loss, it's a wash. Like, we've talked about this all the time. I have to put myself, I have to just, to not be taken down by that. Ooh. But that week is gross. But going to the hospital all the time, I just can't. I had to go twice this week, and that's the weird space that I live in, is because of that week of chemo. I'm reminded you're cancer, you're dying, and then the next week I'm feeling totally fine. You see me traveling around the fucking world for the last 6 months, right? Chemo, get up and dance, so I have one foot in death and one foot in life all the time, and if this guy had new science, not only because I want to save my own life, but let's say forget about all of that. He can just buy me some more time. And we're just talking about quality of life. I want a treatment plan where I can be part of the living. It's so hard to straddle. And it's so weird in your brain, because I'm it's a really strange place to be, and I'm just really mentally tired. And I think it would be really awesome to go to California and have this guy say, oh my God, I'm working on this amazing new science over here. You're perfect for it. And what it'll require is that you do take this pill and whatever, take this fucking infusion up your ass for all I care, as long as it just is something different, and maybe I don't have to go into a chemo center of dying people every week and remember that I'm one of them. Yeah. My manifesting best case right now is not even to save my own life. It's literally just to please give me an option to change chemo. And then, of course, they're saving my life because let's say he doesn't have any new science for me. Great. I'm gonna come home. No big deal. I've got one more set of radiation I can do on my lungs. Got chemo. And then I'm just doing chemo in perpetuity until it doesn't work. And to me, that's like waiting to die. And I deal with that when the time comes, right? For right here, right now, I've got an amazing opportunity to see a doctor that is like this guy. He's already read my chart. Like he reached out asking a bunch of questions. That's amazing. I have traveled around seeing specialists all the time. I'm always looking for new science. And this guy is like in it to win it. I'm really excited to meet him. And he also believes not that you can cure yourself, but he believes that your nutrition and your exercise and your mental health are all contributing factors to helping the treatment control or rid you of cancer. Which, again, that just gives me, it just gives me, it gives me something that I can do for myself. And I really appreciate that. I hate when you're like, well, what can I do? Well, there's nothing you can do. Just enjoy your life until you die. Fuck you. Right? I mean, you could just amuse me. Yeah, okay. I am anxious, obviously. That's why I can't sleep. It's gonna be okay. Well, either way. All right. I'm gonna try to go back to bed or try to, I don't know, put an audiobook on. Get this out of my head. Right here, right now, I'm okay. I really hope he has new science, though, because I need new science. You always hear me say you gotta stay alive to keep up with the science, but I need the science to move faster. All right. I'll let you know how it goes.